morning, everyone. Miss Kay here at Little Learners. We are ready to do our 20-second cyber circle. Are you ready to join me? Oh, we're glad we came to school. Yes, we are. Oh, we're glad we came to play. Yes, we are. We'll make friends and we will share. We'll take turns everywhere. Oh, we're glad we came to school. Yes, we are. Oh, we're glad we came to school. Yes, we are. Oh, we're glad we came to play. Yes, we are. We will paint and we will sing. We'll play games and other things. Oh, we're glad we came to school. Yes, we are. Now, we've been doing our calendar with a pattern, a special springtime pattern. One is a flower and the other is a bumblebee. And we have been going flower, bumblebee, flower, bumblebee. So let's see what our number is going to be today. Is it going to be a flower or is it going to be the bumblebee? Flower, bumblebee, 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 flower. Did you say bumblebee? That's right. Our next number will be on a bumblebee. Oh, let's take a look. It has a 2 and a 2. So do you remember? When a number starts with a 2, we say 20. And then we look at the number beside it. And today it's a 2. So we need to say those numbers together. 22. I just told you that this video is our 22nd cyber circle. Number 22. So just like the number we're putting in our calendar today that's how many videos we've done together. 22 videos. It's been so much fun. All right, I need my friends to see it and say it. Remember, each number has its own name. So I'm going to point to them and you are going to say the numbers when you see it. See it and say it. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Good job, my friends. Give yourselves a big clap. That was great. Pat your back. Give yourself a hug. And a great big kiss. Mwah! Wiggle those fingers high. Wiggle them low. Wiggle them fast. Wiggle them slow. Good job. I want to see 4 wiggly fingers over here today. And if we have 4 fingers wiggling over here, how many are going to wiggle over here? Do we need all 5 of them? That's too many. How about if we tuck in the thumb? 4 is too many. We need to tuck in our little baby finger too and show us 3. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 days in a week. 7 days in a week. 7 days in a week. And I know them all. too, but I want to hear you say them with me. Get your fingers ready. There is Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Saturday is the last day, and I know them all. Put up your quiet hand if you know what day it is today. Are you ready to see? All right, we have to do our calendar trick since you're not here. Okay, we're gonna start here on our bumblebee that had 22. And we're gonna go up, 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 up. Oh, stop here on the day of the week. And this one starts with a letter that tickles our lips. What day of the week starts with that letter sound? That's an F sound. That's right, it's Friday. So I'm going to put an uppercase F. And today I'm using green because all of our things we're learning about our story and our sheets today are about apples. And my favorite apples are green. I love green apples. So I'm going to use the green chalk today to put an uppercase F for Friday. So a long line down and a little line at the top and a little line in the middle. There's an F for Friday. Now our next letter sounds like a growl. That's an R. That's right. And that is a little line down and a little roof. Now our next letter goes eh, 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 eh. We were practicing those a lot for our last video because we had to find the letters in the middle and some of them were I's. And that is a line down and just a little polka dot. No snowballs, no circles, just a polka dot. Our next letter is a D. D, D, D. So remember when you start your circle, start at the top. Go down around to the bottom, back up to the top, and then a long line down the side. There's our D. The next letter is an A. That was some of our middle sounds too. A. So again, with your circle, start at the top. Go down around to the bottom, back up to the top, and an A only has a little line on it. And our last letter is a Y, and we learned that last day, so we know just how to print our Y. It's a little slide and a long slide. Very good, my friends. Now remember, you should be writing the day of the week on the back of one of your sheets. So before you start working on our watching the video, when we print our day of the week on the board, or when I do it, I want you to use your printing pencil to write the day of the week on the back of one of your sheets so that you can practice your letters just like I am. All right, let's say the letters' names, because just like numbers, letters also have their very own name. So we need to see it and say it. So let's start with the first letter. It was the letter F. Good job, F. R, I, D, A, Y. Very good. And numbers don't have a sound, but letters do. Letters are extra special. They have a name and a sound. So we're going to make those letters sounds. Eh, eh, eh. D, d, d. Ah, ah, ah. Y, y, y. And when we put those sounds together, we say Friday. Today is Friday. friends to look out the window. You almost don't need to look out the window to know what the weather's like today. You can really hear the weather. Remember on Wednesday we were talking about things that you can hear in the rain, and we said we could hear the pitter-patter of the rain? Today there's more than just a pitter-patter of rain. It is pouring rain outside. It is pouring. So the rain is very loud, not just a pitter-patter. But let's look out the window anyways together and see. What's the weather? What's the weather? Look outside, all my special friends. Is it cloudy? Is it rainy? Snowy or sunny? Snowy or sunny? Let's take a look. Is it sunny today? It is not sunny. There's not even a peak of sun outside. Zero sun. How about snow? No, there's no snow outside, thank goodness. So there's no snow, but no sun. How about stormy? The weatherman says it might be stormy, but right now it's not stormy. So I'm gonna tuck it away because I'm hoping that we don't get a storm. How about cloudy? It is so very cloudy, and those clouds are not the clouds that we like. Those nice white fluffy clouds. The clouds outside today are dark and gray and stormy. It is not nice at all. How about windy? It is very, very windy. The raindrops are not falling down, down, down. They are getting pushed to the side with the wind. Some of you might even have your raindrops hitting the window you're looking out of right now. It's not hitting the school window, but it's going sideways across the front of the school. So I'm gonna put up the wind because it is super windy. And is it raining? It's raining and pouring. That's right, it's raining and pouring. So let's get ready to tell what the weather is like today. Today's weather is rainy, windy, and cloudy. That's right. So today, there is no problem figuring out what clothes Weather Bear needs to wear today. He definitely needs to wear all of his rain clothes. What is it he puts on his feet in the rain? Rain boots, that's right, rain boots he's going to put on. There we go. I wore my rain boots the other day because I was gardening and it had rained overnight. It had been sunny during the day and I had done some gardening, and then it rained overnight and I had to go out and finish my gardening. So I put on my rain boots because the grass was wet and the garden was muddy. So I was wearing my rain boots the other day. He needs to wear long pants. That's right, he needs to wear long pants. And he's gonna take his umbrella, although he needs to be really careful, because remember, if it is too windy, it's not safe to put up an umbrella because it will break. Your umbrellas are shaped like a U, but if you turn them or put them up in the wind, they go choop, and then they look like a V going the wrong way. He's going to wear his raincoat. He's going to wear his raincoat today. He does not need his sunglasses. There is no chance that this Mr. Sun will come out today. Not at all. All right, he is going to wear his rain hat. There we go. He's gonna wear his rain hat. Now, Weather Bear is ready for all of that very rainy, rainy weather. He has his rain boots on his feet. He has his umbrella in his hand, he has his raincoat on his body, and he has his rain hat on his head. He is ready for the rain. It's time to watch and listen. We're going to read a book. We'll sit on the rug and use our eyes to look. We'll look at the pictures, hear the story too. I'm so glad I have this story to share with you. This story is called Apple Trouble. And do you know what animal this is, my friends? He's very small and he has prickly spikes all over him. He is, actually it's a she. Her name is Hedgehog. She has a hedgehog, and it sounds like she's going to run into some apple trouble. Apple trouble. Hedgehog had just finished building her winter nest under the old apple tree. It was not too large. It was not too small. It was just right for a nice, long winter's sleep. Suddenly, a juicy red apple landed plop right on her back. Ouch! Squealed Hedgehog. She curled up into a spiny ball, hoping the apple would fall off. But when she uncurled, that red apple was still there. Hedgehog tried to squeeze herself and the apple into her beautiful new nest, but she couldn't get in. Nope, she could not with that apple on her back. Her nest was too small. Oh dear, cried Hedgehog. Squirrel was scurrying past with an armful of brown nuts and stopped to help. Stand still. I will just push that apple right off, he said. And so he pushed, and he struggled, and he heaved, and he tugged. But that juicy red apple stayed right where it was. Worse still, now 3 of Squirrel's brown nuts were stuck in Hedgehog's spines. So now she had a juicy red apple and 3 brown nuts on her back. Now she has 4 things on her back. Oh dear, wailed Hedgehog. Winter is coming and I can't get into my nest. What am I going to do?
Try rolling on your back, snorted Pig, trotting up. It'll get rid of anything.
So Hedgehog threw herself on the ground. Her little legs were paddling in the air as she twisted, and she wriggled, and she rolled. Has it all gone? She asked hopefully, scrambling to her feet.
But Pig shook his head. That juicy red apple, the 3 brown nuts are still there. And now you got a small green pear and a crumpled brown leaf.
Oh dear, sighed Hedgehog, rolling her eyes. But up in the sky, sailing towards Hedgehog, she saw a colorful piece of paper. Oh no, she cried. She ran this way and that way as fast as she could. This way and that green pear, a crumpled leaf, and a colorful piece of paper. How many? She has 7. 7 things on her back now. I am never going to get into my nest, cried Hedgehog. So Hedgehog puttered down to the pond. She gazed at her reflection in the water.
Hello, Hedgehog. You got a lot of stuff on your back, Ribbit Ribbit, croaked Frog.
I'm trying to get rid of it, sniffed Hedgehog.
Then dive, Ribbit Ribbit, said Frog. All of your stuff will just wash right off.
Hedgehog dipped a foot into the murky water, and then she dove in. Splash! Her friends watched as Hedgehog bobbled up and down. The red, juicy apple, the 3 brown nuts, the small green pear, the crumpled brown leaf, and the colorful piece of paper were all still there. And now she had a pink lily on her back.
Glug, glug, glug,
Gurgled Hedgehog as the others heaved her out of the water. She did look funny. All of her friends began to laugh, but Hedgehog did not find it funny. Stop laughing, she sputtered, and she stamped her foot on the ground. Where am I going to sleep? She cried. Pig and Squirrel started to look worried, and so did Frog. I do have one last idea,
oink oink,
the pig. Squeeze through that hedge over there. That'll brush everything off. So Hedgehog closed her eyes and she squeezed herself through the thick leaves. But did everything come off her back? Do you think so? I think that's a good idea. She did have to squeeze through. No, it did not. It was all still there, plus now there were 4 ripe blackberries staring at her. There were 4 blackberries, and there, staring at her with a look of great surprise, stood Goat. Ooh, cried Goat, you've brought me lunch. Help yourself, said Hedgehog. In fact, take it all. Yippee, brayed Goat, and then he picked off and ate the red, juicy apple, 3 brown nuts, a small green pear, a pink water lily, 4 ripe blackberries, and for dessert, he ate the paper. The only thing left on Hedgehog was a crumpled brown leaf, because Goat just couldn't eat any more. Hooray! Cried Hedgehog. She felt lighter than a feather. Thank you, Goat, she said. And then she ran as fast as her little legs could carry her. She ran through the gate. She ran past the pond. She ran across the orchard. She ran under the apple tree and home to her nest. Hedgehog squeezed into her little nest, and it fit her perfectly. It was the best nest ever. Outside, the cold wind blew, and another apple fell off the tree. But it did not fall on Hedgehog. She was safe in her nest, and she was fast asleep. Look at her sleeping in there. Nothing left in her spines. Well, she did have a little leaf, but that's okay because look what her nest is made of. It's made of brown leaves. So one being stuck in her spikes is not a problem. But everything else being stuck in there made her too big to fit in her perfect nest. She was very sad, but she had a lot of really great friends that tried to help her out. They all had different ideas. So she certainly started off with some apple trouble. Well, boys and girls, today we are going to do sheets. Our sheets are all about apples. All right, so I'm going to move this over into the middle here, and we're going to start with this sheet closest to me. All right, so this is an apple counting sheet. So we have to know what that number is on the apple. So I'm going to draw the number over here on that apple because they have special rhymes that tell you how to print them and what their name is. So I'm going to start with the first one, and it goes like this. So you can practice on top, tracing on top of this apple while I say the rhyme. And then we have to count the dice here and see which dice has the right number on it. Are you ready? So that first number, when you print it, you go down and across and down once more. That's how you make the number 4. Did you hear it rhyming? When we went down once more, and 4 rhyme. This is the number 4. So then we have to count our dice and see which one of these 2 dice has the right number on it. So let's count the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was not our number. Our number was 4. So let's count this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. That is the right dice. So we are going to color this apple and the 4 dice. The dice that has the number 4 on it. Good job. Let's try the next one. All right. So this number you're going to trace with your pencil. So put your pencil on this one and you're going to trace around, and I'm going to do it over here. And we're going to go down and around the circle we go. That makes a 6. Don't you know? So that's number's name is 6. So we have to count the dice now and see which dice has 6 apples on it. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was the number 6 dice. So we are going to color this apple and the dice that has 6 apples on it because that was our number, 6. Let's try this one. You put your pencil on that number. We're going to put it at the top and we're going to go up and around. What will it be? Down and around makes the number 3. So B and 3 rhymed. So we made the number 3, and we have to make sure that we have a bee stinger. The number 3 looks like the bumblebee's wing, but the middle looks like his stinger. Has to be nice and sharp. We don't want it to look like a snake. We don't want it like this. That's not right. We don't want that. So make sure that your middle of your 3 is a nice, sharp stinger and not looking like a snake. All right, let's go to the dice, and we're going to count the apples on the dice and see which which one has the number 3 on it. So 1, 2, 3. The very first one did. So we are going to color this apple, and we're going to color this dice because it has number 3 on it. Good. Now we're going to go to the next apple. So put your pencil on the next apple, and we're going to, this one's a little bit different because we don't start at over here. We're going to start here on it. So we're going to start here and go a little neck and a belly like that. The number 5 wears a hat. Did you do that rhyme? A little neck, a belly like that. The number 5 wears a hat. Good job. So now we have to count the dice and see which dice has 5 apples on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right, the top dice had 5 apples on it. So we're going to color this number 5 apple and this number 5 dice. Good job. Let's move down to this one. All right, this is the number. Let's see. Are you ready? So we're going to go over the rainbow, slide right down, then we run across the ground. That's our number 2. 2. So now we're going to look at our dice and see which dice has 2 apples. All right, ready to count? 1. That's not the right dice. It only has 1 apple. Let's count the next dice. 1, 2. Good job. It has 2 apples. So you are going to color this apple and this dice because it has 2. Because our number was 2. All right. Now this one is the easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's the easiest of all. We're going to start. Come right down, and that is fun. That's how you make the number 1. That's right, it's the number 1. It's so easy, it's just 1 line down. So let's go over to our number 1 apple, and we're going to count our dice and see which one has just 1 apple. 1, 2, 3. Not that one. 1. So now you're going to color this apple and this dice. Good job, my friends. And don't forget to put your name up on the top over there. All right, so our next page, my friends. Put that one down. All right, so our next page is very similar, except the apples are up in the tree this time. And you are going to count the apples in the tree, and then you have to find that number at the bottom and glue it in the square. So let's try the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to look across the bottom and find the number 7. There it is. The number 7. So we're going to cut out the number 7, glue it in the square, and then we have a little road. So you again are going to practice how to print the number 7. On that last page we traced. You traced over top of your numbers on the apples, but they were already there. This time you're going to print your very own on the road. So for the number 7, we go across the sky, slide down from heaven. That's how you make the number 7. Good job. So you're going to glue it in the square first and then print it all by yourself by looking at this one that's there. So on the next tree, let's count those apples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9. Oops, I missed the tree in the middle. I did the one at the end. You know why? Because it has my favorite number of apples, 9. So you're going to look across the bottom here and find the number 9. And you're going to glue it in the square. And then on that little road, that's your practice road. You're going to practice printing the 9 all by yourself. So the rhyme for the 9 is a circle and a line makes the number 9. That's right. That's the little rhyme for 9. All right, I have to back up a little bit because I got ahead of myself. Let's go to the tree right beside. So let's count how many are here. 1, 2. So we're going to look across the bottom. There it is right there. There's the number 2. So you're going to cut this one out, glue it up there, and then you're going to practice printing the 2 by yourself. So the rhyme for the 2 goes over the rainbow, slide right down, and then you run across the ground. Good job. And boys and girls, numbers always touch the top of the road and the bottom of the road. So when you're printing your numbers, make sure they touch the top and the bottom. They're always uppercase. All right, let's move to our next tree. Let's count how many apples are in this tree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 apples. Good job. So you're going to look across the bottom of your page and find the number 5. There it is, right there. And then we're going to practice that number 5. And so the number 5 has a little neck and a belly like that. The number 5 wears a hat. What kind of hat would he be wearing today? Not a sun hat. Usually we put a hat on so he doesn't burn his belly. But not today. Today would be a rain hat. He would have a rain hat on today so that his belly wouldn't get wet. All right, let's go to the next tree. So you can color this happy smiley apple in the middle. And the next tree, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're gonna go across the bottom and find the number 6. There it is right there. And we're gonna glue it in the square. And then on that road, we're going to practice printing our number 6. And our number 6 starts at the top and goes down and around in a circle we go. That makes a 6, don't you know? Good job. So we're going to put the number 6 in the next one. Now our next tree, let's see how many it has. Let's count those apples again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's our number 8. So we're going to glue it in our square. And then on the road, the 8 is that number, remember? It starts with a letter. Yeah, it starts with the S. And its rhyme goes, start with an S, and then don't wait, race back to the gate, and make a number 8. So that is our rhyme for our number 8. Our next tree, my friend, has a number that a lot of my friends are familiar with, because you are either turning this number on your next birthday or you were already this number. So let's count it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a big number at preschool, 4. Lots of my friends are turning 4, and some of my friends were already 4. So 4 is a big number at preschool. A lot of my friends have been 4. And for the number 4, you're going to cut this one out and put it up here in the square. And then on our road, we're going to practice our number 4. So our rhyme goes down and across and down once more. That's how you make your number 4. So we're going to practice that on our road. And our very last tree, this one's important too, because this is how old you get to be to start preschool. You You either have to be this or be turning this to be able to come to school. It means that you are big boys and girls to be able to come to preschool. Because babies are not allowed. No, you need to be turning 3 or already 3. So let's count. I kind of gave you a hint. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3. Good job. 3 apples in that tree. So let's practice our rhyme for our number 3. It's like the bumblebee, remember? Up and around, what will it be? Down and around makes the number 3. So remember, it looks like the bumblebee wing, but it has a pointy stinger in the middle. So that's our number 3. So this one you get to cut and paste and then practice your printing and color your trees. Don't forget, name on the top. That's right, we don't want to forget our names up at the top. Our other sheets, my friends, this one is a patterning sheet. So this is an apple pattern sheet. So this first pattern is just like the pattern we've been doing on our calendar. It's an apple with a bite missing, a slice of apple, apple with a bite, slice apple, then we have to know what comes next. So our last thing in our pattern was a slice of apple. What comes after the slice of apple? Here's our slice, and then what came after it? An apple with a bite. So we have to look down here at the bottom and find, there it is, there's our apple with a bite. So we're gonna cut that out and we're gonna glue it right there in that square because that is our next thing in our pattern. Now our next pattern is an apple tree, half an apple, apple tree, half an apple. Oh, what's going to come next? What comes after a half an apple? Here's the half apple. What came afterwards? The apple tree. That's right. So we're going to cut out our apple tree and glue it right there. Good. Now the next one, I always like this one. This is a very special way. If you cut an apple, instead of going top to bottom, but you cut it across your apple, there's a magic in there. There's a star inside. So see the star in that? So this is a star apple and a raindrop. Did you know that we needed rain for our apple trees to grow? That's right. So we have a star apple, raindrop. Oh, and that's an apple that's already been eaten. That's called an apple core. That's right, because the middle part of our apple is where the seeds are, and we don't eat the seeds on an apple. We don't usually eat the seeds on most fruit. Oranges, we don't eat the seeds. Watermelon, we don't eat the seeds. No. So the core is where the seeds are. So if you planted the apple core, you might have an apple tree grow. So we've got a star apple, raindrop, apple core, star apple. And then we need to know what comes after the star apple. So let's take a look. There's our star apple. What came next? We need a raindrop to come next. So look across the bottom, and when you find the raindrop, you are going to cut out your raindrop and glue it right there beside the star, because that's what comes next in that pattern. Now our last pattern is an apple core, apple with 2 bites, apple core, apple with 2 bites, and then we need to know what comes after an apple with 2 bites. So there's an apple with 2 bites, and what came after it? The apple core. Good job. So we're going to cut out the apple core and glue it up top there. We're going to glue it into there. And that finishes our apple patterning. So then our last one is really, really simple. So this one is a color. We're going to color the certain apples certain colors. And there's one little tricky one on here because, like I said, when you cut the apple across, which usually you never cut it that way, you get the star inside. So apples already come in 3 different colors. I already reminded you what my favorite apple color was. That was green. Do you know what other colors they come in? That's right, red and yellow. So green, red, and yellow are the colors we're used to seeing apples be. But on this special sheet, when you cut the apple the special way and get the star, you're going to color it my favorite color. You get to color those apples because they are so special, and pink is special to me. You're going to color them pink. So all of the apples that are a slice, you are going to color yellow. All of the apples that you can see the very special star, you get to color pink, my favorite color. All of the apples that are cut in half are going to be green. And all the apples that have a bite out of them are going to be red. That's right. So you're going to look at all of these apples and you're going to make sure you color them the right color. So that is an apple slice coloring page. That's a fun one. So those are our pages for today, my friends. So we've got patterning, apple slice color. We have counting practice, where we're going to print the numbers on the road, and our apple counting dice. So those are our special apple counting pages for today's video. And now, my friends, it's time for us to say goodbye. I'm really glad you joined me today. And remember, always put your names on your papers because we're always remembering to practice writing our name. That's right, so always practice that. And you're going to start practicing printing the names on the back of your pages too, so that when I print them on the board, you can print them on the board. And when I do the pages with you on the boards or on the big board, you can follow along so that you can trace on top of your numbers too and say our special rhymes that go along with our numbers. All right, so until next time, it's time for the goodbye train. Oh, the goodbye train is coming, see you soon. Choo-choo! Oh, the goodbye train is coming, see you soon. Choo-choo! Oh, the goodbye train is coming, the goodbye train is coming. The goodbye train is coming, see you soon. Choo-choo! Oh, we'll say goodbye to all the girls, see you soon. Oh, we'll say goodbye to all the boys, see you soon. Oh, we'll say goodbye to everyone. See, oh, have a nice weekend, I get to say. Have a nice weekend. We'll say goodbye to everyone. I miss you. But I will see you back here on Monday, because this Monday is not a holiday. So I will see you back here on Monday. All right, until then, everybody stay safe and healthy. And I'll see you on Monday.